Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh Shai, Brakati Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai, Bashim Yahweh Kakodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who we're going to teach well. And I want to say shalom to the whole select. So like, all right, the title of this lesson is Reprove a Neighbor. All right, and who is your neighbor? Your neighbor, all right, is your Israelite brothers. Okay, all right, and for the females, your Israelite sisters, man. All right, another Israelite is your neighbor. Because during the time of the law, statutes, commandments, when they were given to Moses, all right, through Yahweh to the Israelites were their neighbors. Other Israelites were neighbors of the Israelites that received the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, so reprove a neighbor who sins. All right, just reading through the laws, and I just came across this, and I wanted to do a video on it. All right, so it says Leviticus 19:7. We're gonna read it here, and we're gonna read it in the KJV. Salak, yawning, man. Salak. But here it goes. It says, "Ye shall not hate your fellow countrymen in your heart. Ye shall surely reprove your neighbor, but shall not incur sin because of him." All right, so your fellow countrymen, all right, your neighbor is your other Israelite brothers and sisters, man. Those are your neighbors. So when you see an Israelite doing something that's against the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, against his law, statutes, and commandments, you must correct that individual, man. You must reprove him, all right? And if you don't reprove him, all right, you're just as, I'm going to say you are just as bad off as he is or she is, because you're allowing them to do that when you know better, okay? All right? So it says, but shall not incur sin because of him or her, all right? So because you see them doing something and you don't correct them, all right, you're going to fall in with the lines of them committing that sin, all right? So let's look at Leviticus 19:17 in the KJV. All right, it says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart, but thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." So, if you are correcting and rebuking your neighbor, you're not going to let sin suffer. Let sin, let him dwell in sin. Let him live in sin. This is why we do these videos, man. This is why we, correct one another, correct ourselves. All right. And do what we must do through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai to walk uprightly. All right, and it's to keep these law, statutes, commandments. That's how we walk uprightly. All right. But let's look at this word rebuke. It's different. I don't know why it ain't showing. All right, here we go. Rebuke is your ka.
Strong's H 3198. Yachach. Yachach.
All right, it says to correct, to chasten. All right, to decide, judge. Okay, and we judge based off the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So if we see one of our brethren or sister eating pork, all right, we tell them like, hey, that's an abomination to the Lord. And then we go, if it's on our spirit, all right, we will go to the law and show them, man. All right. So let's go to Leviticus, the 11th chapter. in the seventh verse. Because the example I gave was about unclean foods. All right, if we see one of our Israelite brother or sister eating pork, all right, all right, it says Leviticus 11:7, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So a pig is unclean. If we eat pork, all right, it's unclean. That makes us unclean, and that's an abomination to the Lord. So when we say these things to reprove and correct our people, it's not because we want to hurt their feelings. It's because we want them to get right with the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so let's look up this word reprove on the online etymology, or rebuke. I'm sorry. All right, it says reprimand, reprove, chide, scold. All right, to repel, beat back. Okay, beat back from sin, man. Okay, beat back. Our people into the right mindset of fearing the Lord, man. Okay, and not following after the lust of the flesh. All right, beat back our people into getting into the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. Reprove, man. All right, let's look at that word reprove. It says reprove. It says accuse, blame, disapprove, reject. All right, and your ways, your actions are going to accuse you to the Lord. Your ways, your actions are going to blame you unto the Lord. All right. It says reprove, reject, and all we trying to do is tell you to reject the ways that uh, reject the ways that are against the Yahweh Shema Shai. Disapprove those ways, condemn those ways. All right. Because those ways, the ways of the world, is nothing but death, man. All right. So let's go back over here. It says reprove a neighbor who sins. All right. So the whole point is to, first and foremost, correct yourself. All right. Because how you going to correct somebody if you can't correct yourself? Let me grab Matthew. I think it's the 7th chapter. Yep. This is Matthew 7:7. Judge not that ye be not judged. For what For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. All right, but that's why we do our best to judge righteous judgment. If our people are doing something that's against the Lord, we tell them, nah, you can't do that, right? And with what measure ye meet, it will be measured to you again. And why beholdest that thou the mote that is in thine brother's eye, but considereth not the beam that is in thine own? All right, you're trying to you see you're more worried about correcting your brother when y'all both have the same issue, and you are just as bad off as he is. Just for the example, eating pork, man. All right. So you're more concerned about correcting your brother than correcting yourself. Verse 4. Oh, how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote of thine eye? Behold, a beam is in thine own. All right. So you're going to tell your brother, let me help you get rid of this, this pig demon, this pork demon that you be on. But you steadily eating pork yourself. All right. Going back to the example. All right. And these are the rewards of the Lord, Yahushua says, thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam of thine own eye, and thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote of thine brother's eye. So in order to reprove somebody, you have to not be doing the thing that you're trying to reprove somebody on, okay? And, and yes, these things are easier said than done, but these things are possible, man. Correct yourself before you try to correct somebody else. Make sure that you are doing the right things by the Lord, all right? In a sense of where you're trying to correct somebody. So if you are correcting somebody on shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, make sure you're not eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, man, okay? All right, because you're going to be a hypocrite in the eyes of the Lord, man, and the Lord don't deal with hypocrites, man, all right? Most importantly, we gotta go over these laws within our mind and meditate on these things so that we may be able to move uprightly in this world, man. All right, the laws are important because this is our way of showing our wisdom. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shem Shai Ba'Shem Harakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule on teach all, and I want to say shalom to the whole full elect. Kwam Yasharala and Mawaf Lava Shalom.